We've come to Muel, haven't we?
Yes.
Purely just to test something because, what?
Well, I just came down to see Kevin Shaw. Just saying.
That's the AC500. Like them. Who was it?
Bluetti.
Bluetti. They're the fellas. Couldn't remember them then. Meant to say Blue Yeti, but you don't get Blue Yetis. They're always white.
How do you know?
You just don't, because snow's not blue. It's either white or yellow.
What if it's really, really cold? Does the Yeti go from
anyway,
white to blue?
We've come to look at this is the AC500. Now, we've all seen power banks, millions of them. But this thing, oh man, this could bloody power a jet airline. Could do.
House?
It could power all sorts. It's got 5 plug sockets and a 32 amp big boy. Loads of USBs, loads of USB-Cs. But what's that? What? Don't even know what that. We don't know what that is. We just found it. You could run your house off it. Honest to God, it's just ridiculous.
I just said that.
What? You never said nothing. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, bungalow. You said.
No, I said house.
Really?
What is a bungalow?
Small dwelling for little people with no stairs.
So is that where you live?
Anyway, we're going to put this through its test. We're going to run all sorts of things off it. It's got a 5,000 watt inverter and...
You made it look messy. There we go.
5,000 watt inverter, which we think is the biggest on the market, don't we?
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
If we're wrong, let us know in the comments.
And it's got a surcharge of what?
10,000 watts.
Boom, look at that. 10,000 watts.
That's quite high, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean...
And you can charge it off. It'll take 1,500 watts of solar. It'll plug into your mains, it'll plug into your car. I mean, you can even plug this into the International Space Station and it will probably run for a week. No word of a lie. You know what I mean? We don't need nuclear power plants anymore. We've got one of these.
What?
When she finishes laughing, this is going into a van, isn't it?
It is.
What van's it going into?
It's going into a brand new Sprinter van.
And it's going to be the whole source of power in the van.
So we had to come down and have a nosy, didn't we?
Yeah, because if you think about it, how much money is going to, what don't you need to buy?
There's going to be loads of stuff. So you don't need to buy an inverter. You don't need to buy...
An MPPT. You don't need to buy sockets.
Depends.
Well, you don't. You're gonna need, we haven't got that many sockets in the van, so MPPT. Okay, we have got that many sockets in the van, maybe more. But there's so many things that you don't need to buy if you're going to be fitting one of them into your van build.
Even down to the amount of cable that you need and things like that as well. It's going to lessen it.
You are. I mean, you are still going to need to put a fuse box in and wire all your stuff into it. But that's where the DC output comes, because you'll wire that. That's 30 amps, so you'll wire that straight in to a fuse socket and run all your van off it. And it's, I'm saying, portable. I mean,
I can't carry that on my own.
It's a bit heavy. Weight-wise, what does it weigh?
Round about 30 kilos.
Yeah, 30 kilos.
So it's not light.
No, it's not light, but the good thing about it is it comes with a big link cable, which is right there. That big link cable links this part with this part. Now, why has it got two sections? I mean, you're probably not, but I can hear someone asking, why has it got two? Can you hear them?
I think so. I can hear a little twitty twitter.
We'll tell you.
Right, so it comes in two parts. The top part, that is the actual brains of your unit, where you've got your inverter and all your sockets and all the electricals. Now the bottom part, that's your actual portable battery. Now what was quite interesting was when Neil was trying to turn the top part on without hooking up the bottom part.
That's actually very true, but I did ask someone not to mention that.
You don't scare me.
So yeah, brains up top, meat down the bottom.
Bit like us.
Do not leave any comments in the comment section about that last phrase. So, you can, even though it's got the battery in the bottom, that still has a DC port on it for your cigarette lighter, and it's still got two 100 watt, that's a 100 watt USB-C and an 18 watt USB-A. in the bottom as well. So you can still plug things into the bottom, but all the brains, there's that many settings in the top. It's ridiculous.
I think it'd take you about a month to get through them all.
Yeah. It is a system that you're going to have to basically learn to use and program it to your use case. Yeah. Off-grid, if you're off-grid and you've got like a little porter cabin or a little cabin in the woods or something like that, this is absolutely perfect. And having the ability to pull 1500 watts of solar in, that's good, isn't it?
But can't you dual charge it as well?
You can dual charge it, so you can have solar going in and you can charge it off a generator or the mains, and within the system you can tell the system how much power you want to pull off each part. So if you wanted to pull 20% off the mains and 80% off solar, it will do it. You can set the parameters to pull whatever you want off each source, which is really good.
So as Neil's already said, you've got your DC outputs, you've got your USB-Cs all up at the top here. So to turn them on, you've got a touch screen here, so you can literally just press DC, it gives you a little option, turn it on, AC, turn it on, and then to turn them back off, you can just go in and turn them off there. You can also go into your settings menu, which you can see is pretty extensive, gives you loads of different options. So you've got a Wi-Fi option, which also links up to the app, so you can do it from an app as well. Another good little thing on the touchscreen is you've got a little data button, which you can go into. So the first one gives you all the information about the actual product. If you go back, you can actually go in and see about your input and output, and also about your actual battery, because your battery's split into 6 cells, so it gives you information about each cell that you can go into and have a look if you're into the techie side of things. And then it's got an alarm history, which I'm not too sure what that's all about, to be honest with you, but I'm presuming if you set off an alarm or you've got error codes, all that information's stored there for you, so you can go and find out what's going on with the unit.
So it is quite a comprehensive system where you have full control of what's coming in, what's going out, and what the settings are for each thing. It is a big unit. It does weigh heavy, but it's going to be for people who want a dedicated system in the van, in the home. I mean, home backup, you know, and the price of electricity now, if you can charge this up off solar, this will run a house with everything running, lights, washing machine, things like that, for a good couple of days. And if you can charge that for free off solar, you've technically got no electricity cost in your house.
I think it's time you plug some stuff in and give it a go.
What, like plug everything into it?
Everything.
I mean, Muel have got some pretty big machines. We know it's not going to run some of them, because some of them are like proper industrial, like, you know.
Yeah, but all of the kit here is like industrial, isn't it?
We'll plug as much as we can get into it and see if we can blow the thing up.
You're not blowing it up.
Plugging everything into it.
You are not blowing it up.
Why not?
Because.
Oh, by the way as well, on top, it's got 2 chargers for your phone, so you can just plonk them on top.
Not if you blow it up.
Right, let's turn everything on. DC on, AC on. Sander, we've got a sander. That's nothing, is it? I mean, we want to plug something bigger in it. So, sander going in. Right, that up there is doing all sorts. We plug that in as well.
No? No, okay. That's all right.
That's plugged in. Now, we were charging it off the mains, so we don't really want to be charging it off itself, do we? Because that's just ridiculous. So we'll unplug that one. Just put that there because that's dead safe. Right, so now we've got a sander plugged in. We've got an extension cable plugged in, which is going to that drill there. Also going to the bench drill there. I think we need more, don't we?
This is getting plugged in.
Plug that in as well. Now we're plugging in a chop saw. Plug that in as well.
Having them all going at once. Will it work them all at once?
We've got one more thing to plug in. What can we need to find something else to plug in. Got another sander, plug that in. There's no good just turning it. We know it'll do what? We know it'll do too. It's safe to say, does everything. I mean, to be fair, I don't know anyone's van that's going to have all this equipment in.
Sean's.
Maybe Sean's, yeah. Right, so obviously you've got the power bank brains on the top with the inverter, and like we said, and the battery on the bottom. Now, to link them both up, it does come with this pretty meaty cable, and you can plug two of the lower batteries into the power bank. Now, it's simply a case of open the cover here, plug your lead in, and then you can lock it. In the bottom, exactly the same. Take your lead, plug it in, and lock it. That is the two units wired in with power going into the top, all through this one big, thick, monster cable. Well, it runs everything, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, if you were to have this in a van, I genuinely can't see there being nothing it won't run.
Didn't it say something like it runs a fridge for like 7 days?
Well, in the manual, it does state, if we can find the right page,
Can I just say, we've got an instruction book that Neil hasn't ripped up. There is an urban van life first.
On the unit alone, it can run a fridge at 700 watts for 3 to 4 days. Says it right there.
Oh, it does, yeah. For
Yeah.
24 hours as well.
You can charge an electric car off it. You know, you can have a laptop 116 times fully charged. That's quite a lot of power. A smartphone, 300 times. It's a monster of a machine, and it really is. But we know it's going to be for specific needs, isn't it?
Yes.
It is. I think probably an off-grid living like mini house or shipping container or a log cabin, something like that, where you could pick up the power of the sun to charge it and use it as your power source would be perfect.
Definitely.
A brand new van build?
Yeah, why not?
It's going to be good for a brand new van build, which is like what Emma said before. It's going to be fitted into a brand new van. And when it does get fitted into a brand new van, we will then show you exactly what the outcome of it is and how it's being put in, how it's being installed, everything.
Used for.
Yeah, we will literally show you every step of the way of it going into the van. Because the price of this unit is probably the same as your electrics in the van, isn't it?
If not slightly cheaper, to be honest.
Yeah,
It depends on what you've got. I mean, in our van's never ending.
no.
The price of the electrics hasn't stopped because someone keeps on modifying or upgrading or adding more lights or something, you know. So
1,500 watts of solar can be plugged into this.
that's a lot.
It's a lot of solar. You can get 400 watt portable solar panels. Brand new to Bluetti, and they are big boys. They're big. Let's open them up. 2 clips on the side, undo them. Let's open these up. Now, they do have legs on them. I'll show you them in a minute. Let's get them open first. They're massive.
They're about 1.5 of me.
You could literally throw them on top of your van, bolt them down, pull the cable through, and go straight into the unit. Or on your log cabin, your shipping container, your tiny home. Anything, couldn't you?
Hang them off the side or something.
You could hang them off the side of your van. They're massive. And how big are they?
1.5 of me.
400 watts.
Oh, you mean how powerful are they?
Yeah, the power.
All the power.
All the power. Right, now, the good thing we like about them is they've got proper legs. Now, the good thing about the legs are they've got straps on them. So, it's literally a case of undo the buckle, and then you've got 55, 45, 35. They're degrees. So, you can literally pull it out. If it's on 55, you put it on there. If you want it on 45, on there. 35, on there. Set them all to whatever size you want them, and then it will lean back and hold. It's got 1, 2, 3 of these metal legs with the straps on, dead sturdy, and they are going nowhere.
Also, in your little pouch on here, you have connection cables.
These connection cables will plug directly into the power bank.
So the kit also comes with these, which these plug into the cables in here, and then that can go directly into your power bank.
So they will plug in to one of your inputs, which are in the side there, and then the plug that's on the end there will plug directly into there. So you can plug 2 lots of these panels if you want. Now, they're 400 watt panels, so technically you could have
800 watts
going out of your system, your solar system, going into the power bank, which 800 watts, that's a lot, isn't it?
It's more than we've got on our van.
We know this isn't going to be for everyone.
I mean, the solar panels alone, they're bigger than me. The unit is heavy, but for some people out there, it may be the perfect solution.
Yeah.
We just wanted to come and show it, didn't we, Ian?
Yeah, it's going to be a system like this will probably become the future in van builds, and it will. The more things, you know, develop within electric and van building and stuff like that, a plug-in unit like this. I mean, if you're spending the amount of money on something like this, if you're selling your van, you can literally just unplug it, take it to your new van. You know, you're selling the van without the power system. Fine, let them deal with it. It's you can keep that unit rather than having to get back on the sale of your van the price of everything you've put into it. You've always got the power system, and it can be used, like we said, for off-grid scenarios, at home, if you've got power outages and things like that. The solar panels alone, on their own, are a big unit. When you add the lot together, like we said, it's a massive, massive unit for the right person.
Even places like this, you've just seen us run all that machinery.
Yeah, if you've got like a shed at the bottom of the garden, or you're starting a business and you can't get a lot of power into a place, something like that's ideal, and it really is. If you want to check them out, all the links are going to be in the description. Go and check them out. I mean, we're going to have a nose around Muel now and see what new things they've got coming out with.
Yeah.
There's all sorts. I'm curious. Will it power the press?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Probably not. No, that's ridiculous. Right, we're going. She's back now. Threatening to come back to videos.
You don't scare me.
Wow. Right, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.